The following is a transcript between Matías De Stefano, referred to as me, and his higher self, referred to as I am. Originally produced on June 3, 2021, under the constellation of CÁNCER, in the mental week, examining through the crown chakra. Me. Confusion. Yesterday, I went to sleep wrapped in confusion, in doubts, in uncertainty. In fact, it was hard for me to fall asleep, and I was thinking about too many things, perhaps without sense. I am. Like what things? Me. Since a week ago, I felt strange. I don't know how to define it, as if I don't feel a part of something, as if things were ending, not because this year's cycle of alignments is ending, but because of the other deeper things. I am. Like what? Me. I just don't know. It all started one day, a week ago now, when I felt like a child. Suddenly, doing one of the alignments, I saw myself as myself when I was 8 or 9 years old. The image was strange because it was not that I saw that image of me outside, but literally me, my body, and the point of view in which I was looking around. I was 8 or 9 years old. I saw myself as expectant, but in a very natural way as a child, like a child who is in the waiting room of a doctor or a psychologist, with a kind of fixed gaze, lost, making superficial inspections with his eyes to the things around him. With both hands on the edge of the chair, almost swinging his feet in the air. In that instant, it felt like an emptiness, as if I was going back to that moment of feeling like a child, but alone, waiting for something. I am. Do you know what you were waiting for? Me. Everything was cloudy. Everything was kind of white, like nothing. It was weird. I am. Like in the mist? Me. Yes. And from that moment on, the mist surrounds me. Even if I know how my project goes on, and I understand the things that come later, I feel like I'm in purgatory. I am, perhaps, a farewell. Me, a farewell? I am the beginning of a goodbye, and that's what hurts the most, knowing that it's the end of something. Me, but it doesn't affect me that the path ends. I am. Of course it doesn't affect you. But you have to look further back. What is it that really affects you that it ends? Something that you feel that you cannot even celebrate. Me, that made me sick. I am. Tell me. Me, I realized that soon 360 days will have passed. That soon I will no longer be 33 years old, and one of my most important years of my life will have culminated. I realize that I did everything I should have done this year, and I have the feeling that at the same time I did nothing. I feel foggy, as if even knowing that the trees, the landscape, the lake, the town are there surrounding me, everything is covered by this white, frivolous layer, and my sun in Leo wanted to make it shine. It needs the fog to vanish, to have clarity and iridation of the light. I am. In what way? Me. By making my birthday make a difference. I always needed my birthdays to be special, to have things happen that make me remember it. I am sorry for those who consider me selfish, but I am leonine. I need that day to be recorded in my ego. For me, a birthday is an ode to transcendence, a celebration of having completed another lap around the sun, and we have to plan for what is to come, what we will build in the next lap. That's why I wanted to have this big birthday in Egypt. But this took the focus away from the many other things that we have to do to sustain. My environment made me see that my big party took away from the focus of what really mattered, and my birthday at the end of this daily journey took a back seat. And that 8-year-old boy found himself sitting, staring into the void as if hurt or sad. I am the damaged ego. Me. Yeah, as if my birthday didn't matter. That point wasn't to have a party or not. The point is to do something that makes a difference. And, well, I am. And what do you think your being needs to make a difference? Me. I guess it's because I always wanted to do things, to stand out, something very leonine and completely criticizable. But I consider it part of my tool. I wouldn't have done anything if it wasn't for it, and it's not just an issue with the world, but with myself, and it's like I need to stand out? I am. Where is this coming from? Me. I don't know. I am. I'll tell you. You were not a wanted child. You were the product of a teenage mistake. Your mother was 17. Me. That's quite a shock, isn't it? Ouch. I am. It gets good anyway. Even though you weren't wanted, you were accepted. Both your mother and grandparents were quick to say that you would be accepted and loved. Your grandfather was the survivor of 3 previous miscarriages by your great-grandmother, caused at your great-grandfather's request. The rejection was transcended by him at the instant he accepted you without question. Your great-aunt was always rejected by her father and siblings and forbidden to have a partner to receive love, dying alone for lack of acceptance with breast cancer. Your grandmother felt betrayed and rejected by the man of the family, passing away with uterine cancer. Your aunt dealt with the fear of rejection throughout her life. Your mother dealt with rejection and non-acceptance from her male clan and denied from her female clan. Everyone had conflict with each other, and you were the nexus of love. Surrounded by 5 older women, very present on a daily basis, and the ghostly presence of only one man, you became the sun, the center of attention. But not only of the house, but of the neighborhood. You were the first to be born among the neighbors, the most protected of all in the neighborhood. You were the only one accepted in all houses equally, because your presence brought them peace when there were conflicts in their houses. This molded the leonine in you, making you the center of attention, the one who receives the love, the attention, the gifts, from being a mistake to being the center of everyone. Me, mistake, center, these 2 words resonate with me. I am, sure. You were a mistake turned into the center of your family. The family constituted you as a savior of the same error. So when you see an error, you try to save it, being the center. But now, take a good look. This mistake is you, and you have considered yourself a mistake in life. You are terrified of making mistakes again. So you interpret that the only way to solve a mistake is to become the center, the focus of the love of many. Me, oh my God. I am. So every time you celebrate your birthday, you seek to get attention of the world, to be the center, and deny the truth. Me. That I was a teenage mistake? I am. And that's where your inner child is devalued. He feels that he is a child that can only make mistakes, that at 33 years old, he feels that his parents don't give him to do what he wants because he is wrong. And that is not the truth, and you know it. Me. God. I put myself in the center of family just because I was afraid of being the family's mistake. I am. Welcome to the month of Cancer. Me. Phew, goosebumps. I am. Cancer means crab, Latin, cancrum, and from Indo-European, car, equaling hard. It represents groups of individuals on the shores of sea, family, huge clans, protected by their shells, keeping the soft and the weak and sensitive in the shell. The symbol reflects the essence of the sign that will accompany us for the next 30 days. Sensitive, weak, aquatic, but defender of the group, of the family. The key of this sign is the subtle and deep bonds, the love for those closest to us, being its main attribute, the I feel. And for this reason, we will inquire into what you feel, how you feel, and why you feel it. This is the most difficult point of humanity. Me. We have been talking a lot about the family and the clan, about its history and formation. I am. And so this month, we will see the intention to go beyond the history, how the family was formed, to understand what it feels like. But we not only go through the human family, but the families that constitute us beyond it. The first sacred family, that of the mind, the subconscious, the unconscious, and the conscious. Me. And the things that were hidden in them, like what you just told me, this was clearly hidden in my subconscious. I am. And we have only begun to move the mist. Me. It scares me. I am. The mist covers everything that lies in your world. The mist is the quintessential symbol of the subconscious. It surrounds everything real, covering it in a mystical world. And when you ask for the sun to rise, the only thing that happens is that everything that was hidden begins to show itself. You begin to realize the things that were in your world. The fog is nothing more than the tiny water droplets arising from the condensation of steam in a cold space, where the low temperatures of the environment groups the particles of water vapor emerging from the ground. At a higher temperature, which by expanding to compensate the ambient temperature level, releases the moisture from the ground into the air. The condensation is so minute that the water molecules cannot coalesce to form droplets, and due to their light weight, the cold air is able to hold them. Therefore, these tiny drops of vaporized water remain apparently levitating, although in reality they are suspended by the molecules of the air. Me, a cloud. I am. That's where the word fog comes from. From nuba, cloud in Indo-European, different from English where cloud comes from clud equaling hill, because the shape of certain clouds to the mountains. Fog in English comes from piao, which is to blow, being mist, originated from may, equaling to spill liquid. Fog is the cloud that, instead of being born by atmospheric condensation, arises from evaporation from the ground. Therefore, the clouds in the heavens decorate or cover the sun, the superior, the divine, and the fog covers the mundane, the near. Me. So symbolically, One is in the clouds when one's feet are not on the ground, or one is cloudy when one does not find inspiration or connection. One cannot see the sky clearly. But to be in darkness or in the fog, like the famous phrase, lost as a tuco in the frog, tuco being an insect similar to a firefly. It refers to not having a point of reference in reality, but being able to see just what's in front of us. I am to be confused. Confusion is born from the idea of a set of fusions. That is, when many things merge, mix, unite, and can no longer be distinguished from each other. Confusion is a normal state of every person who takes different concepts at the same time, who tries to understand things without a process of assimilation of each aspect of them. When you advance without taking care of your steps, without knowing where you're going, or at least what is the will that moves you. The fog is the propitious image that defines the state of confusion, of the one who cannot understand the logic of his world. Me, how to get out of the confusion. I am. The mist is water in the process of levitation. You cannot go through the fog, but you must become it. Connect with the minimal movements of the air and perceive the currents. You must know how to feel in the confusion as the fusion of all things. When you cannot see anything clearly outside, you must close your eyes and feel what is inside. Allow the environment to awaken in you the capacity to feel. If you are confused, that means that many things are trying to merge in you. You will only be able to understand them if you feel them, not if you try to logically see your surroundings. Me. So, I take this blank moment to think. I am. No. To feel. Me. Okay. I am. Close your eyes. Observe the fog that envelops everything around you. Take a deep breath of fresh air and observe the nothingness itself until the first figures appear in the space around you. Me. I can see it now. I am. What is it? Me, the 8-year-old, myself, but different. I used to be a cheerful child. I used to be a child playing in life, carefree. I don't understand why I look like this. I am. Look better. Maybe you're looking in the wrong direction. Me. I mean, maybe it's not my past, but my future. I am. There is a child coming into your life for you to welcome as your own child is saying goodbye as you thought. Me. Oh my God. It has to do with my son. I am. Your grandfather was rejected by his father, almost to the point of being aborted. Your father rejected you, denying your existence. You thought that you were a mistake in life, but your grandfather accepted your existence and took responsibility. Your mother, your grandmother, everyone accepted you. And many years later, your father did too. Today, you try to do something different from everyone else, and you try to make it not a mistake, but you make it fully planned. You know everything, what to do, how to do, where, why, when, who. You try to transcend your own mistake, correcting it in your child's life, making it not unexpected, but fully concerted and planned. Me. Is that wrong? I am. Nothing is wrong or right. I am just explaining your programs and their echoes. What you do in planning the birth of a child may be karma to someone else, but it is dharma to your family tree. There is just someone who doesn't quite accept it. Me, who? I am you at 8 years old. That child who is no longer the center of attention. It won't be long before you start to transfer the shrine of your own to someone else outside, and that means taking the place of that child who was always at the center of attention. But if you realize it, you will have it. A beautiful celebration that instead of becoming a martyrdom, will become a transcendence that will lead you to transmutation. Me, to stop being the son to be the father. I am, that's right. Normally, in most lives, no one has time to prepare. Most of the time, it is a surprise, and the conflict of son-father, daughter-mother, son-mother, daughter-father fails to be resolved harmoniously. You have today the opportunity to do it in consciousness, and for that, you must face the subconscious. Me, seeing in the mist. I am. Many things are hidden there. Cancer has taken the lives of those 2 women in your life, your Aunt Olga and your grandmother Renee, both with mother-related cancers. You fear shifting this burden to a mother, your own and your child's mothers. You fear the cancer will take over the maternal future, as you have seen breast and wombs consumed by men's mistakes. Do you think that you have abandoned them too? Remember, your Aunt Olga died when you were gone, and when you moved to another house behind the railroad tracks. You weren't there when she left. Think about it. Your grandmother Renee, she transcended the moment you left to go on a mission. Me, I left them. I am. You abandoned them. What about your mother? She was on the brink of death this year from COVID-19, reliving the echo of your father's death at 52, and you were not there for her. You abandoned her. Me, I abandoned her? I made mistakes because I am a mistake. I am. You can't help what you are. You make mistakes in the clan because you are a mistake. Me, you are destroying me. I am. This is the only way you can rebuild yourself. You live in a fog that does not let you see the essential. If you were born from a mistake, what does that make you? Me, I don't know. I don't know anything anymore. I am, well, it makes you an entity of error. That is, a wanderer. Me, a wanderer. The one who wanders, who walks through indefinite spaces. I am. How do you say wanderer in Greek? Me, planet, plantatis. I am. Does the phrase, I am the earth, ring a bell? Me. It's very silted, but yes, I understand it. It's what I always say. I am the earth. I am. It's stilted to the conscious, logical to the subconscious. What you have done throughout your life, thanks to your ego, was to turn the mistake of your considered yourself to be a gift that changed the lives of many. And now you must recognize that you will change yours to create a new life, and this will be your next real project. Your inner child knows that it must become a parent, abandon, and keep the word in mind in your life. You have always felt abandoned. Your father did it, and then family members who died at the wrong time. Part of the family did it when they went somewhere else. Abandonment is the term abandon, which means to leave something in the power of another, from the word bahan, which means word to speak, with the gift of speech. You have been able to execute your surrender of powers to others. Abandonment can be seen as irresponsibility over the other, or detachment from the surrender of personal power. Me, how? I am. In a clan, abandonment is seen as the perspective of CÁNCER. This is belonging. If someone surrenders power to the other, the pole and the leaves, it is considered abandonment. Conceptually, the outside of a clan, abandonment is simply passing the baton so that the other takes over your reality. When you see that in your clan one has abandoned the others, you follow the game of abandonment as a joint mechanism and you feel guilty. You have transcended it if you recognize that the real concept of abandonment is what you do when you talk and teach about the I am. You give the power to the others. Me, I understand, although I admit these are difficult issues to resolve. I am, because you still walk through the fog, but don't be obfuscated by being there. Take all you need from this feeling. You must allow yourself to immerse yourself in these emotions without questioning them. Just recognize that the mist is not your enemy. It reminds you that it is protecting you from what you refuse to see, from what confuses you. Me, I allow myself then to walk through the fog, finding the hidden images in it. I allow myself to enter the space of confusion and melancholy, where I meet again all of those harsh realities of my subconscious. And yes, I understand very well now what you are saying. I can see better now with my feelings. My pain of abandonment and being abandoned or denied, the concept of being a mistake and how it led me to recognize myself as the very planet itself, and the fact of my inner child hurting from knowing that he will no longer be the center of attention. I am. This child doesn't have to die. No more fear of losing anyone under CÁNCER energy. It's time to embrace and honor him, because he will always be. Even if life is not a party, you will never forget that child. It will only transmute him to something surpassing. Now, you can go look him in the eye and tell him that whether there is a party or not, he will receive one of the greatest gifts of his life. Me, thank you. Thank you for these words, the bitter and the sweet. Though my emotions are stirred, my conscience feels at peace. I am. Walk in the fog and enjoy the walk yourself. Remember that in the subconscious lies not only your human family, but the cosmic family. And throughout this week, all those who are and are part of you in every dimension, in every world, will be accompanying you. Me, I thank the cosmic family for their support in the coming days. I am, and we will accompany you through the mist until you can see our faces and the water vapor turns into droplets that slide down your cheeks, clearing your vision within this divine dream.